Will Aaron Lewis and his newest album live up to the reputation of its predecessor, or will it turn a corner and actually impress me? Hi people, and hello my Chili Con Carnage crew, it is Chili here, the man who produces Iron From My Eyes, and I'm doing a 5-minute review on Aaron Lewis and his newest album, The Hill. In 2022, Aaron Lewis made headlines with a new single from his up-and-coming album Frayed at Both Ends, which, to be blunt, was a pile of dog that made it to my worst albums of the year. In 2023, he got back together with his band Staind and put out the record Confessions of the Fallen, which was amazing and got an honourable mention on my list of favourite albums of that year. Now is 2024 and Aaron has released his next effort, and I am wary of making this video, in particular due to the responses I'll get, especially after the last one I made. So let's see how much Chris Stapleton has broadened my horizons to country music and proceed to get into this review. Well, my initial playthrough was a rollercoaster ride, varying from being perplexed by paradoxically fused political statements to enjoying the ride on other sections, as Aaron surprised me with some of his key vocal moments on this album. Let's start with the lulls, which are aplenty, but the biggest one is bringing his politics into the music. Now, I'm not against any type of political messages in music, but you have to make a good point so it can be raised in a way that is tasteful. This does require an air of charisma to twist the message in such a way that is achievable. Aaron Lewis, however, lacks this charisma on these certain songs and usually comes across as tactless in getting his point across and feeling like he is merely reading the hashtag list of a pro-MAGA meme. This feels present from the opening song Let's Go Fishing, which discusses the complexities of the world economy while alluding to who is to blame. The message is clear from Aaron, and that is to turn off CNN and get back on track and make America great again. Disregarding these superficial statements, I don't mind the song, and it does sound pretty good. Also, the idea of just saying, fuck it, let's go fishing seems alluring because, yeah, life is too short, so make sure to take those small wins in. Another song I found myself groaning over was the track Made in China. China? A song about being proud to be an American, and yeah, that's fine, go for it. There ain't nothing wrong with being proud of where you are born from. I'm more like American muscle. It's just a bit hard to make the connection to an American muscle car made in 1966 when you look at this. I'm sure Aaron would like to draw the comparison between himself and such an iconic vehicle of illustrious power, but the only parallels I can think of is the excessive consumption found between the pair. This song is purely bleeding heart Republican hat over heart scenarios, just ticking off the boxes with its lyrics about the inferior quality of Chinese products while honouring the dead lost in war. It's a shame really about its lyrics because musically this song is also quite good. In fact, most of the album is a really decent effort containing some great tunes here, but it is let down by Aaron's obnoxious need to recite his indoctrinated Republican poetry. There was one line that really stood out to me, which was about not caring for what the left side has to say. This is not how democracy works, and only a few songs ago you were singing about being proud of being an American. The land of democracy. Now, one of the songs that is sure to cause a stir will be the tune Up to Me, which harkens back to his fanbase and ticks all the boxes as required for a follower of the religion of Make America Great Again. It deals with the subject of churches, banks, and building a bigger wall. So, you know, it continues from the shitstorm that was Am I the Only One, without Fox News giving him a platform this time on their channel due to a slow news day. Hell, maybe Baltimore was an inside job to suppress the messages Aaron had to disperse, or maybe no one cares about the hypocrisy with lines about keeping churches open while keeping the borders closed. Hey Aaron, don't you recall Leviticus 19:33-34? When a foreigner resides among you in your land, do not mistreat them. It just speaks volumes to me that you quote from the good book and don't understand what it even preaches. Also, those first lines are very interesting. That sounds like communism right there. For some reason, I do see this song being used by Donald Trump during his tours leading up to the election, and if so, I think Aaron wouldn't be able to hide a small chub and call it his crowning achievement. In the end, it could cause a stir, but I don't think it will. After all, it's a point that has been echoed a million times before and isn't a new story. I guess if it were up to me, I would have left this one off the record. but it's not up to me. Aside from this song, the album does contain some interesting tunes and deals with some deep subject matter, such as admitting your best days are behind you, as can be heard on the song Over the Hill. And it's songs like these that feel deeper than the shallow puddles of political statements heard throughout the various tracks on here. It's in these songs that Aaron shines through for me. Perhaps not as bright as the sun, but more similar to a 40-watt incandescent globe, which seems fitting. Spinning and Over Me are also some solid tunes that just dial it back down to a simple country music tune and is sure to fulfill the needs of fans of the genre. But maybe Aaron's vocals might be a bit loud for this quieter tune. When his vocals do get quiet, it's great and it fits it perfectly. But I understand that in order to get to this point, you have to build it up beforehand. It's songs like these that I can just really admire on here, and I think this boils down to just being back to basics tunes, which works well in his favour. Overall, I would give this album a score of 5 million chilies on the spicy scale, with my favourite tracks being Over the Hill, Spinning, and Over Me. You can't reinvent the wheel when it comes to country music, not without making it a subgenre of this, and with Aaron Lewis and his latest efforts, it perfectly fits the narrative of the scene. While certain songs are over the top with their rhetoric, I cannot with good faith lump it as a terrible album like his previous efforts. There were tunes that I enjoyed on here, and of course there were tunes that I disapprove of, but overall the music on offer is strong, and I still enjoyed these efforts regardless. I just might not be in any rush to come back to it anytime soon. If you've enjoyed this content, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to us, and stay notified for future music related content because it keeps our manager happy at the end of the day. We are also on Discord, Instagram, Facebook, and all those other social platforms if you want to check us out. As always, people, you have a great day and stay spicy.